This is Dabu7. We're dealing with a massive cyber attack that has now forced the shutdown of the largest gasoline pipeline in the United States. This is critical. We put out a lot of information, a lot of videos, but we are now under direct attack by someone that is hitting our country and now crippling not only the hospitals, but now the biggest gasoline pipeline that we have. This 5,500-mile Colonial Pipeline, the single largest refined products pipeline in the U.S., halting transit. And as far as we could see, it was still offline. This began Friday. And they're saying if this continues into this week, it could send prices soaring. This is where most of the East Coast gets its gasoline. And you can see right here the route in all the states connected into this. This pushes 2.5 million barrels per day. It makes up 45% of all of the East Coast fuel supply. It is absolutely massive. None of the mainstream or no one else is really talking about this big time, yet this is major. Just like they weren't really talking about all the institutions and the banks and the hospitals and these other places that were getting hit. They'd make a little mention and then push on. But this is critical. This is big time. Their silence on this is setting off alarms. And let me remind you that in this ransomware environment, what they're doing is they're asking these places to pay them in Bitcoin. Now, this is where it all falls apart if you have half a brain. Bitcoin was built on an SHA-256 algorithm that was created by the NSA. Whine and cry, pitch, moan, whine, and scream. All you want. You can't erase the facts of who created it. And they're watching everything. This is why they allowed it into their financial institution. You know, the country that went around killing world leaders in the name of the almighty dollar for decades. You think that they would let a mystery man just slide up into their financial institution? Use your brain. This is a trap. It is the trap of traps. I warned you, they're walking you toward the CBDC, and along the way, anyone that's using ransomware with Bitcoin that they can track and trace every nook and cranny of, and they have you thinking that it's some mystery man that's doing the ransom attacks, it only works because you're still buying that the person that created Bitcoin is a mystery man. When you figure out who did this, the whole thing falls apart. Then you can see who's responsible for all of these ransomware attacks. Yep. You guessed it. That's right. The same culprits. Yeah. You see how that works? So put on your thinking caps. Join me over on DLive, where we break this down further, going Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern, where the gloves come off. Censorship free.